What is going on, everybody? We are coming to you for the fourth time this week. Monday, 2 post games on Wednesday or Tuesday and Wednesday, and now another live edition of Dodgers Territory. That is Clint Pasillas. I am Alanna Rizzo, taking you through the next half an hour. Glad to have you guys with us as always. Please rate us 5 stars, like, subscribe, do all the things. Big thanks to those of you who joined us on the 2 post game shows on Tuesday and Wednesday. We know it was early, but we're always happy to have you guys. Again, thanks for being here. Let's get to the big ticket, Clint. All right, we're going to go 162-0. Maybe 173-0 if we win 11 straight games in the postseason. All things being, joking aside, how about the fact, though, you go to Tokyo, you start the season off 2-0. That's exactly what you wanted to do, right? Win both games. I would have been happy with the split, but we'll take a 2-0 season advantage.
Yeah, again, we said this the other night or the other morning. Time has no meaning this week, but to be able to pull off 2 wins, you're missing Mookie Betts, you're missing Freddie Freeman in the lineup, and you still put up runs. The pitching does enough to keep the Cubs off the board. You can't ask for a better time in Tokyo. And also, we saw people got to shake some weird Shohei hand. Everybody's a winner. Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner, and the Dodgers are, yeah, that's true. And the Dodgers are back home. They landed safely back in Los Angeles. Good to see that. We have proof. There it is. Thank you, Airline Videos, for this. Landing 24-hour live cameras on just planes landing and taking off and stuff, and that is odd. But I love it. That's really cool. Congrats to the Dodgers for a very successful Tokyo trip, and welcome home. Again, Clint, they're back, but they have made some roster moves as we get ready to continue to push towards the domestic opening day a week from today, in fact. Yeah. No big shock here, I guess. The Dodgers optioned right-handed pitchers Matt Sauer and Landon Knack and outfielder James Outman to AAA Oklahoma City. Any thoughts on optioning Outman versus Pasillas?
No, I think the Dodgers kind of made it pretty clear. Dave Roberts made it clear that the plan was Andy Pasillas going to be in center. We talked a little bit about this one of these mornings. I think the Ha-Seong Kim, or maybe it was on Monday. I think Ha-Seong Kim not really being ready for prime time sort of prompted the Tommy Edman move back to second base, where he's a 2-time Gold Glove Award winner. And then, Andy Pasillas has played some center field for this team and has played it decently at times, above average at times, and other times a little sloppy. But the only way he's going to get better is with playing time. So the ship might have sailed a little bit on James Outman for the Dodgers. Sure, he'll be one of the first guys called up if there is an injury to another outfielder or something like that. But for now, no real surprises there. And, of course, the pitchers being optioned down as well. They'll be around. They'll be important for this team. Landon Knack picking up a couple innings in game 2 and all of that. But seeing some of the names that are still on the roster, Alanna, I know some folks will be like, hey, who are these people? Is Jack Dreyer still on there?
Yeah, Jack Dreyer and Luis Garcia. Again, it's going to take, and we've discussed this a variety of times, the opening day roster is not the playoff roster, right? The opening day roster is not even the roster come, April 27th or whatever it is. I mean, you're basically making moves to win the game in the immediate future, right? Don't look at it as a macrocosm. Look at it as a microcosm of what the Dodgers need to do at the moment to win that game or the next couple of games. They need arms right now, right? I mean, You have a billion guys on the IL, and right now, Luis Garcia and Jack Dreyer are healthy arms that they need. So I'm not that surprised. Are they going to be on the roster the entire season? Absolutely not. But for now, these are just part of the plan and the moving pieces for what the Dodgers need to do to take on the Tigers. I mean, that's the first thing that they have their eyes set on.
Yeah, it's an issue of who's available, and 11 pitchers currently on the IL, 5 of them on the 60-day. I think 4 of those guys are done for the season, or 3 of those guys are done for the season. But this is the team missing key names. Michael Kopech out. Evan Phillips out for now. We know Brusdar Graterol is going to be out for at least the first half of the season. Tony Gonsolin, of course, loves the injured list, so he's back there after Dave Roberts told us about that workout lifting weights incident that led to an achy breaky back or whatever's going on with Gonzo right now. So this is what the Dodgers have, and they made it work. work. They made it work in Tokyo pretty decently because you still have some big names in there. Tanner Scott, Alex Vesia, our friend of the show, Alex Vesia, so on and so forth, Kirby Yates. They have enough coverage to where if there's a Luis Garcia, major league veteran, he's put in time. This is a 38-year-old dude. He has been all around this league. Some people have. Even when I saw him, I'm like, who is this guy? He's pretty old to be a kid. And then Jack Dreyer is another guy that some people, the prospect huggers, really high on because he kind of has that sort of Alex Vesia type of fastball. A lot of spin on it. They call it the perceived like rise on the fastball. But are they going to be key factors for this team in 6 months? Probably not.
Well, maybe not, but you know what? It takes a lot of people to get it done. It's
Yeah.
going to take the 40 man, and everybody gets a ring. If the Dodgers win the World Series this year, those guys, Luis Garcias of the world and Jack Dryers and all of the things, they'll get a ring as well. I mean, this is
Yeah.
just a matter of an issue of who is really available
Yep.
and what it takes to win on any given day. This is also a situation of the fact that, this is a team that knows how to maneuver things and knows how to use guys up and down and knows how to use the options. And it's kind of the elevator between AAA and the big leagues. So I'm looking forward to it. I did have a conversation actually with Bruce Dark Gratterall last week, and he feels good. And it's unfortunate that he's going to miss the majority of the season, but he is also talking about, he told me, that he's really talking to the training staff about making sure that he kind of saves himself from himself and doesn't come back too early because he's obviously very competitive and he's a fiery guy, but he's doing well and he's on the right track. And hopefully he can throw some big innings for this club when it matters the most in the postseason. We know we're going to get there, right? It's just a matter of who's going to be around to push this team once again over the edge. Thoughts and reflections, Clint, on the Tokyo series?
I enjoyed it. I don't like having to be up at 3 a.m. for the wrong reasons. The right reasons is you're still up and the party is still raging. The wrong reasons is you're getting up to watch baseball and then have to do a post-game show. But also we are blessed to be able to do that much. That much aside, again, Dodgers came out of it healthy. The Cubs came out of it healthy. The country of Japan enjoys baseball. They love baseball, and they got their heroes back with Roki, with Shohei Ohtani, and with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shota, Mike Imanaga, if you're nasty, and a lot of people watching this series. Alanna, 25 million viewers tubing in Tokyo. That's a lot of eyeballs on this series.
Yeah, it is a lot of eyeballs, and I'm going to take the opposite approach of you. I don't mind. Yeah, do I want to get up early? No, but I love this for the game of baseball, and it would be different. Like for example, if they sent this team to Madagascar to play the Cubs, and there's no Madagascarans that are on the teams. But think about what this did for the global perspective of the game, and we don't always give Rob Manfred props, but I am going to give the commissioner props here. I mean, to have an opening series in Tokyo when you have the likes of obviously Shohei Ohtani, but Roki Sasaki, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Shota Imanaga, Seiya Suzuki, all of those things. And the way that Japan and Tokyo embraced the big leagues and embraced the teams and the situation and everything. What an amazing host city. What an amazing host country. It is good for baseball. I personally love the World Baseball Classic. I know you are on the train of I'm sick and tired of spring training being weird.
Give
Just
me
give a
regular.
normal spring training, a normal regular season opening day. But I like this. I think it's good for the game. Again, it makes sense to do it in Tokyo when you have 5 Japanese born players on your team.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. I also, I would like to see the Dodgers be at home for a full spring training. It has been a while with, Japan, Korea, World Baseball Classic before then. All of these things are great for the game. They're great for growing the game. Baseball is not dying despite some unpopular belief from talking heads out there. It's a very popular game. It is a worldwide game. It's where we have a World Series and all that. And these are the type of things that help keep the game growing and keep producing in different areas of the world superstar talent, like we've seen the Dodgers go out and acquire all of them if you're asking fans of other fan bases. So I love it. I also hate it. It's a love-hate relationship, but again, good for the game. Cannot disagree with that.
I have a love hate relationship with day games. Hate getting up, but love to see the park waking up. Let me ask you this. Could baseball pull off a 4 nations tournament like they do in hockey?
Do we kind of consider the World Baseball Classic that maybe a little, even though it's not 4 nations?
No, I wanted to know if you thought baseball could, Canada, U.S., Finland, and Sweden are the four in hockey, right? Could we do that? Could it be like Canada, U.S.,
Japan.
Japan? But there's so many good Latin American teams. I don't know who
Yeah,
you'd
exactly.
keep out.
Because
Venezuela, the
because there's
Dominican.
Venezuela,
I'm
Dominican,
not taking Venezuela or
and
the DR out. Puerto
and
Rico, I'm
Korea
not taking out.
and Korea in there as well. So yeah, I don't know that you can do
Mm,
four. It'd have to be like 6 or 8. Maybe it's a, what is it, an elite 8 or something like that for
there you go.
baseball. Yeah.
There you go.
Rob,
All
call
right.
us.
We have ideas, Rob. We have ideas. All right, let's go to Nostradamus.
It's back. What a beautiful front end there.
I mean, that's special.
Guys, this is the part of the
really
show where we're
special.
doing our 2025 predictions. So we want some people in the chat sharing their thoughts. We got some Team X Factor, Cy Young Award front runners, our team MVPs. So we want to know how fans are feeling about this team for this season. But now that I've stolen the thunder, Alanna, go ahead.
Yeah, so let us know what you think about this. Put it in the chat where we're going to see where everyone is at with this. We're going to start first with our season predictions of the Team X Factor. If this guy, Clint, performs to standard, if they stay healthy, it will be huge. If he does not do that, it will be a problem. I'm going to go ahead and take honors on this. I mean, the obvious answer is Shohei Ohtani. That is too easy, right? So
Yeah.
for me, it's going to be the same guy that I think was the MVP for the season in the first half of the season last year, and that is Teoscar Hernandez. I think Teo was so valuable last year to what he did for this club. To me, if he does it again this year, the Dodgers have a pretty good chance of going back to the World Series. I love his energy. I love his bat. He plays a decent right field. Teo's my guy.
Teo is not a bad answer at all. I don't think the Dodgers win a World Series without Teoscar Hernandez. I don't think they win the most baseball games in 2024 without Teoscar Hernandez. And I think they're pretty lost without him this year, if they didn't have him, I should say. But good answer there. For me, I'm being less, I don't know if it's bold or whatever, but Mookie Betts, this team needs Mookie Betts to be the shortstop, to be the 2-hole hitter, to be the guy that stays in the lineup. Ideally, avoid pitches on the inside. Don't get that hand broken. Stay in the game. Stay in 140, 150 games. Hit how many did we decide? It was
29.
29. He's
He hits
29.
29. He gets to 300.
29 homers away from 300, which he can very much achieve this year. But more importantly, Mookie he is a spark plug. He is the spark plug for this team. And yeah, he's not leading off for them anymore. Shohei's pretty good at that as well. But to have that dynamic profile in the 2-hole for this club, it just makes everything else that much easier for Dave Roberts and the lineup behind him. So Mookie's my guy. He's the X factor, both offensively and defensively.
All right, I can understand that. Let's get Mookie healthy first and get him in that lineup for the domestic opener a week from today. The next category is dark horse all-star candidate, somebody who could fly under the radar and have a really good year. So basically, in Clint Pasillas' terms, who's your dude? My dude is Tommy Edman, and I only say that he's under the radar just because of the team that surrounds him. I think Tommy Edman on other teams would be an obvious choice, but if you look at the star power that the Dodgers have, he may get lost in the shuffle. But I love what he brings to this club, and I do think that he could be an all-star if he plays the majority of the year at one position. What's going to hurt him is if he's at second base quite a bit and if he's in center field quite a bit, because then it kind of gets lost in terms of the numbers. But I think Tommy Edman is pretty special. Tommy Tanks, he's my dude for this club this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's somebody who could play a lot of different roles, wear a lot of different gloves for this team. We know Kike is going to be doing that, but we don't know what Chris Taylor's season is going to look like. And Tommy is somebody who could be the starting second baseman, could be the starting center fielder for this team. So it's a hell of a pick. For me, I'm looking at Max Muncy. I need to see Max Muncy get back on track, not have any injuries. We talked to him at spring training. He's feeling good, down 17 pounds because of reasons. And he is somebody, I asked him, hey, are you going to go out there and finally hit the 40 home run plateau? And that's his goal. He wants to hit some dingers. He wants to get on base. I'm sure he wants to raise the batting average a little bit. That's not necessarily his game, but We want to see him make some plays at third base and not get robbed by the fence, or in some people's view, Rodney Pete over there down the third base line. But you got to have Max Muncy doing what Max Muncy does when he's right, doing that in the 5 or 6 hole like we talked about yesterday. That is huge for this team. So that's my position player side of it. On the pitching side, Alex Vesia, because he's another one of those guys. This for me is for the narrative, because last year Alex Vesia was a guy we were talking about. The star-studded roster. How does Alex Vesia still have a roster spot? And he goes out there and he puts up a fucking season.
Shoves. Yeah,
He
he shoves.
absolutely shoves. He is nasty, and he's been nasty for this club often over parts of the last 4 seasons that he's been with the club. And of course last year a full complete season, no options, no nothing. To have him be somebody that he saves game 2 for this ball club. He is an important piece. He's kind of the Kike Hernandez of the bullpen, in my opinion, for Dave Roberts, because he's going to go in there and get some big outs. So I just wanted to throw a pitching option out there to make sure we give pitchers some love.
Yes, give pitchers some love. Relievers need love too. I love the emotion that Alex Vesia plays with. His sister calls him kind of, he's out there tweaking, not twerking, people, tweaking. That's the energy. All right. So the next one, you're going with Vesia for the pitching side, but let's talk overall pitching in terms of the team Cy Young. For me, it's Blake Snell. And I don't say that because he already has 2 Cy Youngs, 1 in each league. I say that because he was specifically signed, Clint, to be the Dodgers workhorse. We know about the injury capabilities of all these other guys, or injury proneness, easy for me to say. But I like Blake Snell as the team. He may not win the Cy Young in the league, but my point is he's the team Cy Young because of the workload that they expect him to take on.
Yeah, no, that's fair, and I agree. He is somebody who was signed to be to lead this team in innings, to go out there every 5th or 6th day. He could be one of the few that goes every 5th day to keep the Japanese starters on more Japanese regular rest. For me, and obviously we're avoiding Shohei in a lot of these answers for obvious reasons. He's very good at all of the things, but I'm going with his longtime teammate as my Cy Young guy. And I've already said this is my Cy Young pick for MLB, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. We saw some of the reasons why in his game 1 start. Yoshi, when he's right and he's feeling good, he is a goddamn good pitcher. And he wants to be better than he was last year. This is a guy who's won multiple, NPB Cy Young awards. I forgot what they call the award there, but he's a very good pitcher, and he wants to show MLB the greater baseball landscape why he was signed for $325 million. So that's my guy. I think the Dodgers go very, very far with on the right shoulder there of Yoshi Yamamoto.
Yeah, I think he's definitely much more of a finished product than Roki Sasaki is. Obviously,
Yeah,
Roki's
absolutely. Yeah.
younger, in his early 20s. This is a guy that the Dodgers know that they can continue to develop him. Yama's a little bit ahead of the process. And again, 325 million, that's nothing to sneeze at. So you better deliver. All right. So team MVP, and we're calling this the non-Shohei MVP because again, Shohei Ohtani can be the answer to every single question, every single category. For me, it's the same guy that I said last year. It's what we started the show off with is Teo. I think that if he does exactly what he did last year, he doesn't even have to do more. If he does exactly what he did last year, I think he's the team non-Shohei MVP. He just provides so much value to this team. He's my guy.
Teo, great answer. Shohei is, I think, our superseding. That's at the top. I'm not picking Shohei, but I have the clip here. I just want to run this shot again of Shohei's homer in game 2 of the season. By the way, props to our guy Joe Davis. Got a little bit of crap for the call. The ball did hit the roof. It did hit the roof there at Tokyo Dome. So I just want to throw that out there, and Shohei getting some love there for his homer. But for me, my answer, my team MVP, it's a fella by the name of Freddie Freeman, Fred Word, if you're nasty as well. He's just a heart and soul guy for this team. And this is, he's not a dark horse guy. You expect a former league MVP to be somebody that is an MVP candidate, but the importance that he has in kind of galvanizing this club in his own way, you hope it's not because of injuries or because of illness in the family like we had last year, but the importance of Fast Five Freddie, it's going to loom large again for this team. So that's my team MVP right there. Freeman.
What's stupid is that I think Freddie's entering his 4th season as a Dodger.
It's
That went
wild.
quickly. That went
Wild.
quickly.
That's
Remember, I
wild.
was like, oh, I'm like, hey, Corey Seager's number's available when he was
Uh-huh.
still in free agency. I'm like, you can come get number 5 if you want, Freddie. Now he's entering his 4th season with this club. All right. Milestone that we're looking forward to in the 2025 season. For me, it's Clayton Kershaw, 32 strikeouts away from 3,000 strikeouts. And I asked him on Foul Territory last week if that mattered to him. And of course it does, but that's not something that Clayton obviously is focused on. He's never focused on individual accolades and accomplishments. But you got to admit, I mean, 3,000 strikeouts is massive in this game, and he's left-handed too. I just think that's super cool. And Clayton's the GOAT, right? He's going
That
into the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer.
100%.
So that's what I'm looking for, because that means Clayton's healthy, and it means the Dodgers are doing some good things.
Yeah, I think he can also become, if he's not already, become the franchise. No, he can't. He actually no, he could become the franchise all time wins leader if things really fall well. I got it. We didn't look at the numbers about this, and I forget the coffee hasn't kicked in all the way this morning, but I think it's what Don Sutton at 220 or 222 or something like that. He is at 212. Is Clayton Kershaw, but that's something you absolutely need to be watching. We already said earlier. Mookie Betts, 29 homers away from hitting 300. How about this, guys? How about this? If the team can win like 150 games this year, Dave Roberts reaches the 1,000 win milestone. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay,
Realism.
150 and 12. All right, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Why
Good luck,
not?
Dave. I hope you become the all-time winningest manager in Dodger history this year in 2025. All right, predict the Dodgers' final regular season record. You just said 150. I don't think that's what you really mean.
No.
How many do you think the Dodgers are going to win this year realistically?
I had to look around because I have another monitor in my way here, and I had written it down from from my All Dodgers show. We did our predictions a couple weeks ago. I think you and I are matched. 109 wins.
Oh,
I've got the team
wow.
going 109-54.
Yep. That's what I said as well, just because I want to do a couple better than they were, 2 or 3 years ago. I don't even remember how many games they won last year. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They won the World
99.
Series.
No, 98. 98.
99.
We're seeing
Yeah,
a lot
so
of people thinking in the chat, a lot of people thinking that they break the Mariners record there. We got some 118 win predictions in there.
wow.
Our friend Denny Cortez saying 107, which is also pretty dang good.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think they break their own franchise record of 111 that we saw in 22. Mostly because, as we've talked about a number of times, even talked with Dave about, the NL West, very,
Division's
very
better.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The division's really good this year, which is good. I like that. I want competition. I think it's better to prepare you for the postseason, obviously. And it very well could be 2 wild card teams coming out of the West, too. So there you have it. All right. Let's get to last licks. All right, a little different last licks today. I want everybody to know that we are running a promotion. Clint, if you could throw it up there with the auction. It is Dodgers versus Cubs. No, this is not in Tokyo. This is not something that we should have ran last week. This is the rematch of the season at Dodger Stadium on April 13th. It's an auction. So all you have to do is create a free account at 32auctions.com/LAD Cubs. So LA Dodgers Cubs. And you get a free account. You just go on there and bid for 4 tickets and free parking in lot I. So right now the high bid's at $50. If you go on there, and the bid increments are $10 each. So if you go in there and bid $60, you can get 4 tickets and parking on Sunday, April 13th for the Dodgers at the Cubs. So it's an important thing for Guidry's Guardian Foundation. We are 100% donation based. So if you could please do that and bid and win yourself 4 tickets, the highest bid obviously wins. The auction ends in about 4 or 5 days. Please help us out. We definitely need some donations. We've had a lot of medical cases coming in, so I appreciate that very much. And thank you to Anita Olson, massive Dodger fan, for donating her 4 seats.
Awesome.
And parking in lot I. We appreciate that very much. All right, time now for the baseball thought for the road. And we talked about Max Muncy is your guy. That needs to be the dude. He is has had 1 hit. I cannot talk today. In Japan, the US, Canada, Mexico, and South Korea. And thanks to the great Sarah Langs for noting out that he is the 4th major league player with a hit in 5 countries or territories, joining Xander Bogaerts, Paul Goldschmidt and Edgardo Alfonso. It's pretty special.
That is pretty cool. Another reason why, I want some love. Make sure we get some love out there for Max Muncy, because people can trash on Muncy. You see it a lot here online, and I don't think it's always very much deserved, because this guy, you see on the screen, he does some special things for this club, beyond just hitting dingers, beyond game 4 of the World Series 2018, or whichever one that was, the 18-inning game. He does a lot of cool things for some reason, and he's moved up in like Dodger lore with just longevity. I mean, this is a dude who's done a lot, hit a lot of bombs for this club, and
remember,
everywhere.
this is a guy that was DFA'd by the Oakland Athletics of all teams. DFA'd by the Oakland Athletics. He's sitting on his couch. He didn't have a job. The Dodgers take a flyer on him, and he ends up with back-to-back billion seasons of at least 30 home runs. He's a very, very patient hitter. He gets on base, has a high on base. I know the average isn't there, but whatever.
He's an OPS merchant.
He's had some really good games and really good seasons in a Dodgers uniform. So good for him. Max Muncy, that's pretty special. Just the 4th player ever to have a hit in 5 different countries or territories.
Wow.
Clint Pasillas doesn't have a hit in anyone. What's coming up on All Dodgers with Clint Pasillas?
Hey, I'm a damn good bad softball player, so I'll throw that out for myself. But tonight, more random Dodgers talk. There's stuff to talk about, but there's also not a whole lot to talk about, because we're waiting for the season to begin again. The restart, like you said, starts in a week. So we'll be just hanging out with the chat tonight. 6 p.m. Pacific time is the plan. If anything changes, I will post it on my social medias, which you guys can find us at these spots on all of the social medias. But yeah, tube in there, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Best way to know when I'm live, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Same here with Dodgers territory.
Yeah, especially hit that subscribe button, because we are almost to 10,000 subs. We appreciate you guys very much. And also wanted to let you know, Kirsch will tie Sutton with 21 wins as far as that is concerned. So thanks for being here, everybody.
Maybe
we appreciate you guys as 2 more seasons. Yeah,
two more seasons.
Appreciate you guys as always. We are back on Monday. Clint and I will have a brand new show as we get ready for opening day against the Tigers on the 27th. Go Dodgers.
And we'll be back at noon on Monday, noon Pacific time.
Oh, right.
Thankfully. Okay, bye.